After more than a year and a half of relentless hard work, sleepless nights, and countless sacrifices, Ethan's journey to opening his restaurant was marked by endless to-do lists and moments of doubt. His friend, and now brother-in-law, Alex, joined hands in the pursuit, and they both collaborate together to make his dream a reality. From the beginning, Tia and his mother Mary had been his biggest supporters. Tia had a natural flair for marketing and helped spread the word about the rustic table, ensuring their social media were buzzing with excitement before the grand opening. On the other hand, Mary had always been his quiet pillar of strength. She would visit the restaurant daily, not just to help, but to lend her nurturing touch to the place, making sure everything was in place. She often stood in the background, polishing glasses, rearranging flowers, and sharing new recipes to try out. And through it all, one person was a constant source of strength and joy: Sicil. Despite her intense schedule of pursuing double master's degrees, she found ways to support Ethan, weaving her time between research papers and the restaurant's preparations. "Are you sure you have time for this?" Ethan asked one evening, glancing at Sicil as she typed away on her laptop, sitting at the bar of the restaurant while workers bustled around them. "You've got, 2 dissertations to write?" Sicil looked up, her face a mix of tiredness and determination, flashing him a reassuring smile. "I've got time for you," she replied, pushing her glasses up the bridge of her nose. "Besides, helping you with the restaurant is a nice break from all the academic chaos." Her calm presence was exactly what Ethan needed in those overwhelming moments. Sicil would come by after her classes, checking on the restaurant's progress or lending a hand when Ethan was swamped. Whether it was taste testing a new dish Alex had concocted or sitting quietly with her laptop, offering moral support, she made sure Ethan never felt alone in this daunting venture. One weekend, while juggling her assignments, Sicil sat with Mary and Tia as they helped Ethan finalize details for the grand opening. Sicil meticulously reviewed the event's guest list between reading journal articles, ensuring they hadn't missed any key supporters or influential locals. "Who knew opening a restaurant had so many layers?" she mused, glancing at Ethan, who was nervously pacing near the kitchen. Tia smirked, clearly enjoying the pre-launch chaos. "Wait until you see him 5 minutes before the first guests arrive. He'll be a wreck." Sicil chuckled, looking fondly at Ethan. "I'll be here to pick up the pieces, don't worry." As the restaurant came to life, Sicil made time to join Ethan during late-night sessions, where they would go over menu ideas or marketing strategies. She'd sit across from him with her books sprawled out, glancing up occasionally to offer a suggestion, even if her brain was half occupied with environmental law and social science theories. "I can't believe you're managing all this," Ethan said one night, taking a break from editing the restaurant's website to watch her work. 2 master's degrees and you still show up here." Sicil smiled without missing a beat. "I believe in you, Ethan. That's why." On the opening day of the rustic table, the signboard gleamed under the soft afternoon sunlight, and the aroma of freshly baked bread wafted from the kitchen. It felt surreal. Sicil was there too, dressed in a simple but elegant black dress despite having pulled an all-nighter to finish a paper. Her presence grounded Ethan. While Mary and Tia made sure everything was running smoothly, Sicil stood by Ethan's side, subtly offering words of encouragement whenever his nerves threatened to get the best of him. "I'm so proud of you, sweetheart," Mary whispered to Ethan, her eyes brimming with pride. But behind her stood his father, Max. Though Max outwardly supported the restaurant by making an appearance at the grand opening along with Alex's father, his face remained as stern as ever. He had always hoped Ethan and Alex would follow in their father's footsteps, into the family business where everything was steady and secure. To Max, the restaurant felt like a gamble. He didn't trust that Ethan and Alex, who had always been carefree and laid back, could handle the cutthroat world of business. So when Max offered his usual critiques and thinly veiled disapproval and made Ethan doubt himself, Sicil was there with a reassuring squeeze of his hand or a quiet nod, reminding him that he had already come so far. Even when Max's words stung, Sicil kept Ethan focused on the bigger picture. "You've built something incredible here, Ethan," she whispered in his ear during a lull in the evening. "Your father might not show it, but deep down, He's proud of you." Ethan sighed, casting a quick glance toward his father, who was now speaking with Alex and giving him some advice on table placements. "I hope so," he muttered. "But it feels like nothing I do is good enough for him." Sicil tilted her head, smiling gently. "You don't need to prove anything to him, Ethan. You've already proven it to yourself, and that's all that matters." With her unwavering support, Ethan found the strength to keep going, even when Max pointed out the most minute details that could have been done better. Every time his father's critical gaze landed on something, Sicil would distract Ethan with a compliment about the food or a subtle joke to ease the tension. She made sure that Max's words didn't undermine the joy of Ethan's achievement. In the weeks after opening, Max's criticism became a constant in Ethan's life. His father would drop by the restaurant unannounced, scanning the room with narrowed eyes and pointing out every little thing that didn't meet his standards. "The tables are too close together," Max would grumble one day. "It doesn't feel professional enough, Ethan." Amid Ethan's overwhelming responsibilities and the weight of familial expectations pressing down on him, Sicil, attuned to his distress, decided to orchestrate a surprise getaway, a much-needed escape from the demands of their daily lives. Her thoughtful gesture aimed at providing Ethan with a reprieve, a chance to find solace and rejuvenate his spirit. The destination she chose was a serene countryside retreat, tucked away amidst rolling hills and verdant landscapes. As Sicil drove Ethan towards the idyllic countryside retreat, a knowing smile played on her lips. The anticipation and excitement in Ethan's eyes were palpable. "Where are you taking me?" he asked, his curiosity piqued. Sicil chuckled. "It is a surprise, a getaway for us." When they reached the destination, a picturesque haven surrounded by rolling hills and the soothing melodies of nature, Ethan looked around in awe, appreciating the serenity that enveloped them. "Wow, this place is amazing. How did you find it?" Ethan inquired. Sicil grinned. "A little birdie told me about it, and I thought we could use a break from reality." Exploring the tranquil landscapes, Sicil could not help but notice the weight that seemed to lift off Ethan's shoulders. She gently touched his hand and said, "I know things have been tough, Ethan. I thought this might be a good way for us to recharge." Ethan's eyes softened with gratitude. "You always know what I need, even before I do." Overlooking a serene lake, Sicil spoke from her heart. "Ethan, we have faced challenges, but I want you to know that I am here for you, always. This getaway is not just about the beautiful scenery. It is about us." Ethan nodded, his expression reflecting the depth of his emotions. "Sick, you are my anchor. In the chaos, you are my peace." In the gentle embrace of nature and each other, Sicil and Ethan sat next to the stream over lush green grass nestled in a world where they often shared their deepest thoughts. The scent of fresh daisies and wildflowers enveloped them as they laughed and exchanged their friendly banter. She sipped her latte, relaxing her head on Ethan's shoulder with a mischievous glint in her eye. She teased, "So, who is the boss in the restaurant now, you or your dad? Or is the war of power still on?" Looking at Ethan's exasperated expression, she added, "I hope you're not running the place into the ground." Ethan chuckled, taking a playful swipe at her arm with his arms. "Hey now, let me tell you, since the opening day, I've ensured high standards of food hygiene alongside ambience and customer ratings. But Dad being Dad, it's difficult to get around his traditional thinking and way of working," he retorted, a hint of pride and a little annoyance for his dad in his voice. "Oh, really?" Sicil raised an eyebrow, feigning skepticism. "And here I thought you were just playing chef and sampling all the desserts." Ethan feigned offense, placing a hand over his heart dramatically. "I take my responsibilities very seriously," he insisted, though his playful grin betrayed his amusement. Throughout the day, they enjoyed the surrounding serenity. Whether it was strolling through the picturesque landscapes, enjoying quiet conversations, or simply relishing the stillness of the moment, Sicil and Ethan found refuge in each other's company. The sun dipped below the horizon, casting a warm glow around them. Sicil pulled Ethan into a deep kiss, realizing she could not imagine her life without Ethan in it. However, amidst their blossoming affection, a change was coming fast and rapidly to test their love and commitment. Will it survive the odds? It needs to be seen now.